All right, this is a good opportunity to break this down. So, what just happened with myself finding those two kids and the Mercedes that needed the tensioner, right? So, I'm sitting in the parking lot of an abandoned business on like the main drag of Gallup with a little sign hanging on my mirror, Mobile Mechanic, right? And I'm reading my book that I just bought. And literally, this is the last thing I read before I set the book down, walked my dog, got back into the van, and then decided to go somewhere else, right? From outside the large dining room came a sharp shout, and then the closed wooden doors shuddered as a man was thrown against them. A second later, five heavily armed men burst into the cavernous chamber, and the gunfire they unleashed was a hurricane of lead and flame. I put the book down at that point. That's where the bookmark was that I just picked back up from. Okay? So, what happened in the book, now that I'm, 5 more pages ahead, was the party got shot up, and this guy is saving this senator's life, right? And manages to get them out of the room. And what I just did for those two kids was kind of like the same thing. I get this weird feeling that, like, you know what? This isn't working. I'm just going to go down to the truck stop. Just weird feeling. Gut feeling. Just, I'm going to do that. Nothing specific behind it. I wasn't going there for any specific reason. And that's what I think the Holy Spirit is, personally. And I get down there to where the truck stops are, and I'm about to make a right into the one truck stop, and I look across the street to the left, and I see somebody with their hood up, and two young people standing over the hood looking. And so let's go check them out. I pull up, right? The one turns around. I hold the sign that says Mobile Mechanic out the window, and he taps his buddy, you know what I mean? Look at this. And they're like, oh, nice, and talk to him, figure out what's up. I get the belt on. And so if I hadn't have been there, they probably would have eventually gotten the belt on or got somebody to help them put the belt on, but they would have drove away. And that tensioner, they'd have been dead on the interstate somewhere. And they were that close to getting it. It was completely routed. He just didn't have an E-Torx to loosen the tensioner. So the timing's just crazy. And then I picked the book back up, and, you'd be dead right now if it weren't for me, Senator. They were there to assassinate you. How fucking weird is that?